Hello, welcome to another video. Today I'm looking at a Dell laptop. Basically what happens when you turn it on, it will beep and nothing will come on the screen. So let's plug the power cable in and power it on, and it'll make a noise like if something is running and we'll hear some beeps. Nothing happens. Press it again. Right, there's nothing coming on display. The display is dead and it's making these beeps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's got 5 beeps coming right now. Okay, let's disconnect it. From the information I have, it seems that the CMOS battery is down, so let's go ahead and change that and see if that brings this machine back to life. So let's crack on. We need to open this whole thing up and see what happens by looking at inside. Right, so at the back of the laptop we've got the this is the P39F, the laptop model number is, and it's got 4 screws at the back on the P39F. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 screws, and there's a little notch over here on the side, so if you just put your screwdriver in there, push it so that comes off. So let's lift it up. It's nice and easy. So that's the first part open. Pretty pointless opening these 2 screws. I think these 2 screws hold onto the screen actually, but let's see. And the CMOS battery is actually inside the motherboard somewhere. Then we've got a massive battery here that needs to come out as well, and we have to go deep inside the laptop to change the CMOS battery, which I have over here. Let's see, that is the CMOS battery here. So we're going to change this. So let's see what it looks like. That's here, and it's got a little cable onto it. But anyway, didn't know that not having a CMOS battery would not allow the laptop to turn on, but we have to try and see how it goes. Got a bit of dust on there. Might vacuum that out as well while we're at it. So let's move forward. Usually before opening any of these laptops or phones as well, it's better to always take the battery out, because you don't want any power going into the laptop, and this seems pretty dead at the moment anyway. So let's see if we can lift this up, and this should come out anytime soon, depending. It's quite heavy battery as well, so, and it's probably, looking at it, stuck with glue as well. I can feel it, so we may need to put some more pressure on it to see how it goes. Usually batteries should just come out, but I can see that there is these 2 screws off of the hard drive, and these are the battery notches in there. See, this is the only place where they have shown that the battery should come out. Oh, here we go, the battery's out. Hey, no, it's not stuck, it was just quite securely inside. Interesting. Doesn't seem to be bloated or anything, so that should be okay. And it's marked battery. Interesting. And then we have to continue opening more and more items around the laptop to just change the battery. I don't know why they've actually embedded it in so deeply inside the laptop, because you want to open it and just replace it. So it's one of those things, sometimes you wonder that they're over engineering these laptops, because you just want to quickly replace the battery and close the laptop, and that is a part that needs to be replaced at some point. So having it completely stuck inside the laptop. Maybe it's not the best idea. Oh, here we go, that comes out. Let's see, that's out as well. Here comes the hard drive, and disconnect the SATA cable, because it is a SATA drive. There we go, that comes out. Now we need to replace the board, or should I say open the board. And it's quite nicely, it tells us the size of the screws. That's the M2.5 times 7. So what we see is that around the frames the screws are slightly longer, and inside the laptop the screws are obviously shorter. So we've opened all of those. That doesn't belong to that. So this means that the frame should come out, but we can still see some screws stuck here. We want to open them as well. Yep, there we go. So the screws are continuing to come out. They have labeled them as well. You can see that they're pointing the arrows, which ones to open to remove the cover. Yeah. And this one as well. And right, so I've opened all the screws, and obviously we've got this bracket. It's just come out from the side, one over here as well, so we've got to remove one here, and there's one over here. So that's going to slide out by itself hopefully in a few minutes. Let's see if we could see, where is it going, because sometimes we see these brackets actually inside. Oops, sorry. Let me zoom out. Am I zooming in? Zoom out, zoom out. Yep, that's zoomed out alright. Yep. So, yeah, that's it. There you go. So let's take this. Quite important to take the right parts out at the right time. So that bracket is also coming out here, so that comes out. I think they're made out of hard, more firm plastic. So let's turn the laptop around and then release the keyboard. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's about 4 notches. So you can take a screwdriver and just push it here, and eventually what will happen, the keyboard will come out by itself, and then we'll just need to unclip the connector, lift it, and then it will release the cable, so that keyboard comes out. Don't need to worry about the keyboard now. It's still trying to get to inside the laptop, and we have some screws that are still stopping us from opening the laptop. So I'm hoping these are fastened to the case, so we'll have to open these. Very nicely marked M2 5.5. Let's see if we can have any success in opening this laptop today, because this ideally it'll help if you use a magnetic screwdriver sometimes, but I don't have one to hand right now, so let's just see if we can. It's always important to keep all the screws, or at least remember the size where they belong. So as I was saying before, the outer screws are longer and these ones are, and they labeled them as well quite nicely what size they are. So let's just open this ribbon, this ribbon, so those two are out. Nothing goes in that one. I think that's pretty much it. So let's just gently try to close this and get to the bottom of it and see if we can actually open this. Alright, so I can see it's letting go of the chassis right now. There is a lot of clicking, which is a good sign. Sometimes it's good to use fingers so you kind of know where the stress points are. Because if you don't, then sometimes you can actually break it as well, because you're using a tool and the tool is putting a lot more force. So we can remove this cable as well. I think, if I'm right in saying so, there's nothing else that is holding on to this now. So let's see if it releases it. We do have 2 screws with the fan, so I might have to get rid of them as well. So that fan will come out. Probably a good time to clean the fan as well. Ooh, look at that dust. Yeah, so let's remove the fan. Right, so it's almost out. Bit uncertain. It's interesting how it's still holding on. This looks like something's still kind of connected in here. To figure that one out. Maybe it is, maybe we do have something stuck, which is this here, this one screw that is holding on to the entire chassis. Yep. Right, let's get back on and see where we go with that. We really do need to get this board off now, so yeah. I think that one screw is gone, so it should detach itself. Right, so we've removed the cover. It came off after removing all the screws. The CMOS battery is right there, which is this one here. So all we need to do now is to lift the plastic cover gently. Some kind of sticker, just to make sure the CMOS battery doesn't float around in the laptop. Pull it and that comes out. I'm going to replace it with a new one. There we are. Hopefully we just go in like so. Take the existing sticker and put the battery back exactly as it was, and hopefully the laptop should turn on. Here we are, there you are. And that's how you replace a CMOS battery in a Dell laptop. So we replaced the CMOS battery. It is kind of all the way inside. I will quick do a tour. So while I am already looking at this, might as well just clean everything up as well. Just a bit of dust. Just that would help. Right, let's put this thing back together and see how it works. Now we're just going to reverse everything what we started. So I'm just going to start putting all the screws back in, and hopefully everything will start to burst into life. So let's see if it does actually happen, because that's what we've been told, that this screw, and once we fit everything back again, we should be able to get this laptop back to life. So that's all the chassis screws done in the chassis. Need to put the hard drive back in to make sure we get something to do with the screen. Oops, I think that the hard drive goes in there. And some connectors are quite fragile, so you have to be very careful. Yeah, and that goes in there. Just gonna now go and put on right. Let's put all these screws quickly back together and hope to see some results. They could have made a section here for the CMOS battery to come out, but clearly they didn't want that to happen. So there's no screws underneath there. That's for the battery. And all we're going to do is slide the battery back in its place. Hopefully because all the screws are exactly the same, should be able to just put it all together. Just need to fit the keyboard in. And let's put this back in quickly. We should be good to go. Screws are all in. That's in, that's in. We've got all these screws in. And we will see, hopefully, some results at the end of this. Sometimes. Right, so that's all good. Should be able to put the lid back on. And there we go. And that's it. That goes in. Flip it open. Luckily we didn't have to remove the motherboard. We just had to disconnect a lot of connectors to actually get to it. Let's see. So these connectors can be quite fragile if they're not removed, if the cables are not taken out properly. And this one, but before we connect the keyboard, let's put all our screws back in place. I think one screw actually doesn't belong there, and that is something I just noticed now. It can happen sometimes. That screw here needs to go on the other side. Yep, that can also happen sometimes. Yep, there we are. Yeah, that screw was inserted incorrectly, so now this goes here. Right, so let's get back to putting all the screws back in its place. Hope for the best. They're all marked where they need to go, so it's an unlikely event that we can go wrong in this. There are a fair few that I have to say. I think this is the one I actually missed. I think there it is. It's nice to see when all the screws are going back in and we've got none left, so we know that we haven't missed any. Right, that was the last one. Underneath the keyboard, let's push this cable back in. Hopefully, here we are, that's gone in. Push this down. Let's get the keyboard, do the same, lift this. Must lift it, never pull these cables out. Not all of them have these lifting tabs, but it depends. Here we go, that's pushed in very nice and gently. It's in. And let's push the keyboard back in. And that's pretty much it. So hopefully, let's power it on and let the magic begin. Right, so I powered it back on and now I've got this message saying that your battery has experienced permanent failure, needs to be replaced. Strike F1 to continue. So let's do that. Let's see if it starts up now. Starting up. Right, so the story goes that the CMOS battery has been replaced and now it's working, but the main battery is dead now. So that I've ordered that, so that's going to come soon. But the 5 beeps were actually because of the CMOS battery. So once I've held this down and it's now working, you can see that it's the Windows is now come on. So that's all it was, all up to do with the CMOS battery. So just need to replace the battery while we've got this open as well. So I ordered a brand new battery, so I have to pause the video. We've got this old battery here, which is a it's kind of bloated now, and we've got a new one here. So we're going to replace it with the original Dell battery now. So let's take this out. So this is the battery we're going to change it with. So you can see that it's got the Dell logo on it, and this is a unbranded one that was bought before, but it didn't last long. So we're just going to replace that. I've opened the 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. So I'm going to lift it from here. Hopefully it'll come out. There we go. That comes off. I'm going to put the new battery in, which is identical, so it goes in this way first inside because it's got the notches there. So the notches will go in first. Press the button. It says press there as well, so which is quite nice. So hopefully we'll just press it in there and everything should fall into place like that. That's all gone in. Press downwards to ensure the battery is well connected after installation. So the battery itself says that, so we're just going to fit that in. Put the screws quickly back in and see if that actually now fixes all the beeps that we were getting, because we got a few other beeps saying that the after the CMOS battery was replaced, we got some more beeps saying that the main battery is weak and it needs to be changed. So let's just change that as well. So now that we've changed it, there's nothing else to do. It's quite a straightforward process. Put the lid back on, press the clips, makes all these noises, and we're going to hopefully put the screws back in. One, and here goes the other one. is a hopefully a successful change of items. So we change that in. Let's turn it on and see if it works. Hopefully hold the power button down. Yep, I can see that is working. Yep, there it is. So there's no issues. Powered on, and we can see Windows is now starting now without any beeps whatsoever. Let's give it a minute or two and hopefully it will start. Let's see if it does. It is loading. I guess it was shut down for a while, so it's just... There we go. And we're about to go into Windows now. Yep, please wait. The good news is that there's no beeps now. Here we are, we're back in Windows now, so if we just press enter, and here we go. So we've got the screen working now. That's great. Okay, let's turn it off. Shut down. Well, thank you for watching. Until next time. I hope this helps of how to replace battery and a CMOS battery on a Dell laptop when it gives you 5 beeps. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.